No election day music?
This is election day music.
Okay. Live from State Street's giant waffle iron that is its soul. Ooh. It's an all-new, terrific Tuesday edition of Business Fans, joined by analyst hole Matt Moscardi. And today, for my mom, my mom actually reached out and asked me, how come I don't announce my name? Do our listeners know what my name is? I'm going to say
Hazelnut Rollis.
Today my name is Damian Rollis. Hazelnut Rollis. That's my name.
Oh, look at
That's for my mom.
That's just for your mom, so that
I don't know why. She knows my name.
She's so
That's the
proud of
ironic
you.
part of it. She knows my name. On today's election day that has nothing to do with Tesla, called November 4th, 2025, the good game. We're playing the good game.
I love how proud your mom is of you for this.
I don't understand.
She wants you to attach your name to it. That's how proud she is.
Despite the fact that I immediately wrote back, I don't care. But that she's used to that response to almost everything.
You run the show, so it's really like.
But I generally don't care about most things. So, Our show today is this I do care about. Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlowAnalytics.com, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance for free. I love this platform.
Yeah, it's due for an update soon, but I can't
wait for the update. The only thing I don't like about this platform is it doesn't have every company in existence, even the ones that are like a market cap of like $40. I want everything.
Yeah, it's like one guy at a deli.
Yeah,
but I actually just went to freefloat.llc, which is like Free Float Analytics.
Why would you do that?
I went to go see if there were any updates, and in the media section, the entire zine is now in, like, all the zines are there. Like, you can go to the media section,
I love this.
you can subscribe to the zine, and you
to
can
read
go
too, right?
It's when you look at like the post, you just click on the picture.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like big on my desktop. It's like big text, and it's like easy to read, and it's
like this. And honestly,
it's nice. It's quick.
If you're in the industry and you read this zine and you have children, print it out for your kids. Because I bet you they always ask you, like, they're like, Mom, Dad, what the hell do you do? No, just be like, I don't know, just read this zine. It's tangential to what I do. It speaks to some of the issues I cover.
Our neighbor who has a daughter that's 14, she just asked to get put on the list. She wants it.
There you go.
So it's real. All right, what are we doing today for a show? We're doing the good game. Do I first have to weigh in on something, whether or not it's good that State Street has a giant waffle iron as a soul?
I saw a headline that let me try to find the headline because it's
they did just pull out of the Net Zero Alliance.
And it's immensely irritating.
Just the U.S.
State Street pulls out of Net Zero Investor Group in U.S., but stays in the one in Europe. I mean,
yeah.
I thought we weren't supposed to get overly like political about everything, and now we're just. What
could you have less conviction about a thing?
So
than if you
that is going to be the worst. I know there are worse things going on, but I can't think of anything more ludicrous and hypocritical and disgusting.
Doesn't it just mean that
what does it mean?
All they're saying, look, from a
mean?
business standpoint, what they're saying is there's a legal liability in the U.S. that doesn't exist in Europe for being part of this.
Stop.
But from a corporate standpoint, from like a mission, like I'm analyzing you as a corporation, it means you are effectively have no position.
You
have no spine.
Anything. You just care about cash. Just cash.
Like that means you're in the Net Zero Alliance there so that you can get European investors and say that you're part of the Net Zero Alliance. But here, you have plausible deniability, and you can get investors here who want you to not do that, like Texas.
This angers me as a Red Sox fan. So State Street is from Boston. Now, traditionally speaking, the Dutch, they founded New York City, and the Dutch's way of doing business is just like, we don't give a shit. Like, there can be slaves, there can be weed, whatever, just do it. And we'll make some money off of it. But the Yankees up here in the north,
they're Puritans.
Exactly. Like we take a stand. Like we believe
it's all
in things
moral
like
platitudes.
Yes, come on, State Street. This hurts me as a Red Sox fan. You're screwing up. Take a stand or move to New York. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, this is like, I wonder, the State Street in Canada roots for the Blue Jays, and the State Street in the U.S. roots for the Dodgers. So.
All right, ready for the good game?
Am I? I guess. Yeah.
Here's how the good game works. Speaking of my mom, I did this for my mom. I find headlines that make me feel good, and then Matt weighs in on a scale from 1 to 10 whether they're actually good. Because we got it. Look, this game's more important than ever. We have to find some things that are hopeful, right? Some optimistic stuff. We have to, don't we? Or do we?
No.
Or should we give up?
Why don't we start with the first one?
All right, let's start with a random one. I actually have 2 from New Mexico, oddly.
Weird.
Let me start with this subheadline. The subheadline is that the U.S. will not send high-level representatives to COP30. You know, that's the climate conference going on in Brazil. But New Mexico's governor, a woman, she's in Brazil for the climate change conference. Michelle Grisham.
Oh.
So, do we need to rely on our states, not State Street? Do we need to rely on our states to do the work that the Trump administration refuses to do? Is this good that she's down there in Brazil? Do you like COP30? Can you believe it's from 30? It's 30 now. COP30.
I mean, we've been talking. It means what we've been doing is talking about climate change
for
30 years.
Yeah.
A lot of talking.
In fact, now the headline that I keep seeing every year is like 20 years old is the one. We need more action, less talk from COP. Like that, but even that's an old headline. Like that's a dusty headline.
That's only a 15-year-old headline. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
come on, let's let the women take over.
Well, that part I am on board. Sign me up. Where is that sign up sheet?
Yeah, like I do want to sign up on that one too.
I'm ready for that sign up sheet. But like whether New Mexico's governor is going to like, I guess it's fine. But you flew down there. What are you going to do? Like you're going to go just say like no one in the U.S. administration thinks this is important. I do from my state of New Mexico with 17 people in it. Like so.
Oh, let's be fair though.
Like.
Let's be fair. I mean, we talk about countries like, as an example, Norway all the time. Norway's is less than twice the population of New Mexico. I mean, these states are important. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, they are. Some of them have economies that are much bigger than most countries in the world. California, for example, right? Isn't it like top 10 world economy, California?
Yeah, it is. But. Like they're estimated, I saw the number that there was an estimated like 45,000 people going to COP30.
45,000?
That's not a joke. There are some countries sending 400.
Did Zoom go
delegates.
out of business? And they're all flying down there. Of course, there's no train from Norway to Brazil, is there?
It's hard to really celebrate New Mexico's one governor going, and it's simultaneously hard to wrap my head around like what do the 45,000 people going there think they're going to have? 45,000 people ever gotten in a place and solved anything? Like has that ever happened?
They all like booed at an umpire once at a baseball game.
That's true. That is the one thing they can agree on.
Kind of what they're doing at COP30,
suck.
right? They're booing at
who's the ref?
I don't know.
They're booing
What's
them.
your score on this one?
I'm going to give this a 6.
Just
I like
because
that
it's
happening.
a woman.
Yeah, mostly this is a pure female 6.
Let's stay with New Mexico. New Mexico State Investment Council and Educational Retirement Board vote against Tesla CEO $1 trillion pay package. And not only are they voting against the pay package, this is out of New Mexico, they are voting no on the reelection of all board members up for election. Ira Ehrenpreis, Joe Gebbia, and Kathleen Wilson-Thompson. How about that? You like that? New Mexico?
That absolutely should happen. Isn't there one more board member who is up?
Are they saying yes to somebody?
I think I might have that wrong. I might not be remembering.
That would be weird if they like somebody.
They would be like, well, we do really like that guy.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it.
I'm looking as you weigh in on a vote here.
New Mexico is joining. I think there's a number of pension funds already that are out. Norway, their state fund just came out and said they're going to vote against.
Absolutely.
I think BlackRock is set to vote against.
Well, there was a friend of the show
about it, but
friend of the show, Doug Cha, You know Doug Cha? You ever heard of him? Doug?
I love a good Doug Cha.
Speaking of Doug, do you realize that there's actually a publicly traded company whose ticker is Doug? I was so excited to learn that. I learned that just yesterday.
Did you buy it? Did you buy the stock?
I just love it's Douglas Elman, I believe is the company. I think it's a real estate company maybe, but their ticker is Doug. I think Doug Cha should sue them anyway. But the point is that Doug posted something on LinkedIn. Yes, I actually occasionally look at LinkedIn, suggesting that Larry Fink was at a meeting with the Tesla board, basically yelling at them to do their fiduciary duty, and that he seemed upset. So I don't know. I couldn't find any actual press coverage of this. It could be Doug starting rumors again, like there were razor blades in the Snicker bars. Doug started that rumor back in the 80s.
That was Doug.
Yeah, it's Doug Cha. But anyway, so you could be right. BlackRock might be pissed off at this, as they should be. I mean, it's a ludicrous pay
you
package.
do the math here. Musk has 16% of the vote. There's another, 3-4% of the vote that are all insiders or people he knows. Maybe as much as 7% more. He can basically bank as zealots like Kathy Wood. And the big three have about 17% of the vote, plus the pension funds altogether probably have another 5% of the vote. So really, Musk and the insiders offset every headline you're seeing about New Mexico State Investment Council right now, which you need them to offset because otherwise it's a landslide. This whole vote's going to come down to retail. About 50 to 60% of the vote is already accounted for.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And
make
then
me
you
feel
have
good.
to count on the fact that regular people
are
going to be nuanced and savvy enough to read a proxy, understand what's going on, know who's on the board, vote against or for pay with a logical reason for it other than, I love that dude. Yeah, Musk.
I spent an unfortunate 5 minutes this morning on some subreddits talking about the pay vote. Let's just say the retail investors, not only are they dopey, but they're going to vote yes for Elon Musk.
Yes, they're all going to vote yes.
It's a cult of personality. It's a cult.
So your vote, they need the problem is they need at least like a certain amount of them to vote yes. And most of them are not going to vote at all. So
that's true too.
That's what it's going to come down to. And that's why like Tesla's scrambling and making all these cases and they're putting out, they just announced today a flying car that they're working on.
Sure.
I
have a headline
Chief
about
overpromiser Musk says do you think it's a coincidence that 2 days before the vote, that guy's out there being like, I'm working on a flying car.
People
now,
fall
guys.
for it. They fall for it. I have a headline
robots, flying cars,
about his
like
roadster
AI.
coming up, about how his promised roadster, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, well, the promised roadster that is the car that he already puts out. They just took stuff off of it and charged $5,000 less. The whole thing is a joke. It's a joke. And his products don't work very well anymore, right? Like the Tesla, when it first came out, was innovative and magical. But the Cybertruck, which is the newest thing he did, the shit falls off it. They recalled it for like the 170th time. I don't understand.
But not only that.
It's a 10. I'm going to say 10 because everyone who votes against this pay package is 100% correct. They don't say on here that the vote against Tesla CEO 1 trillion pay package, they need to say extra 1 trillion, because remember, if he hits every single thing in the pay package, he's a trillionaire without the pay package. He's already a trillionaire. This is an extra trillion he wants.
Not only that, but
that's what he wants.
His behavior as a CEO would have him fired at every other company in the world other than Tesla. I mean, just yesterday I was looking at reports about how he was talking about immigrants in Britain and how it's a bunch of people coming in and they're raping the British kids, and then he's going off on a screed against Mamdani and he's calling them names and he's racist comments about. I mean, and this is just like a couple of articles I saw yesterday. I mean, his behavior, he'd be fired everywhere. He's a clown. He's a hateful clown. And
let me ask you something.
And if he was at Starbucks, he wouldn't have his job.
Yes, correct. That's the question. Would you hire that guy?
No.
Not as CEO Magic Elon Musk. Just take the guy and all of his, like the way his brain works and whatever, and say, would I hire him as a car salesman No, because he'd be a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
You would hate him.
I wouldn't hire him to be the manager of my
everybody.
grocery store. I mean, you cannot be telling people that immigrants are raping children. It's
And you watch.
ludicrous.
If it gets voted down and he leaves, the company trades at a
He's not
20 PE,
not,
and shareholders are going to freak out. That's what the company's actually worth. Elon Musk is not worth 270x earnings by himself.
Well, he's also not worth $200 billion by himself.
Look, when you
no human has
we already
that
did this in
value.
sports analytics. You can take an individual player and you can model how many wins they're worth, right? Like it's the same concept. How many wins is Elon Musk worth? He single-handedly, there's a Yale report last week, 2 weeks ago, that showed that he might have single-handedly cost over 1 million sales from Tesla for his political, spouting, his
no doubt.
ass mouth.
Absolutely no doubt. The first time I ever one time I sat in a Tesla, it was a cab in Amsterdam, and I said, I'm going to buy a Tesla one day because they seem pretty cool. It was Elon Musk that turned me off of that whole
Of course it
experience.
was. And his entire base, his base
alone.
of buyers, he turned them all off. And it turns out on the other side of the aisle, there aren't as many buyers who give a shit about your EVs. That's just not what they care about. In which case, when this company gets wiped out of its value, you have to say, how much is Elon Musk really worth? If we were to actually price Elon Musk's value, his value is in fundraising.
Yeah.
But Sam Altman's better than that now, and Jensen Huang's better than he is now. So go through every multiple. Remove all the CEOs and tell me what the company's worth without that CEO. And then tell me if Elon Musk is worth as much as it's getting priced into the multiple of the stock.
It's
nuts.
This gets back to the issue of I have said for years that he's fraudulent. He gives fraudulent messages. It's stock manipulation. He says fraudulent, false things that he knows are not true. But it is these false statements, just like Trump, that have created a cult of personality because he throws out nonsense and his retail investors, they eat it up. This is the only reason why he's going to win that vote is because he says fake stuff. That's it. He lies.
Yeah.
He's a liar to his shareholders.
Big fat
consistently.
liar. Yes.
All right, let's
to
move
the
on.
shareholders, he lies every day. Yes, correct.
Here's an old-fashioned one. Philip Morris published his updated climate transition plan to achieve net zero by 2040. First of all, they're still trying, and it's not even 2050. This is amazing. No? Come on. Good for Philip Morris. They're killing people with their cigarettes, but whatever. That's
it's really
right.
hard to gel those two things. I'm not going to lie. It's really hard to gel those two things.
I think it's incredible they're still trying.
I think they should set a net zero person death target. Stop. I'm going to give this a 5.
All right, here we go. Maybe finally something, a good thing that Jamie Dimon says. We always cover what Jamie Dimon, CEO and chair, king of JP Morgan, says. Here's the headline. Some CEOs have vowed to revolt against a Zoran Mamdani win, which is just so stupid and petty.
What's the revolt?
What's the point of a democracy?
New York City? What does that mean?
But Jamie Dimon says he'll call him and offer my help. I like this. Why wouldn't you? He's going to be the mayor, right? Why take this Bill Ackman approach to everything where you're just a jerk and you just want everyone fired? You should be helping Mamdani make New York City great for everybody, right? Come on. How do you think? Come on. Give me a score for Jamie Dimon says.
Well, didn't he not like Mamdani in the first place? Didn't he come out and say?
Well, maybe
he said that
maybe he's reading the tea leaves.
Movement was more Marxist than socialist.
Okay, that doesn't say he doesn't like him. Maybe Jamie's a Marxist.
He did say to the other CEOs, get involved and grow up. That's what he said to the other CEOs. I like that. Get involved and grow up. Every CEO who says they're going to revolt and leave New York City, you're such a big fucking baby. That city made you so much money. And because the people of the city don't agree with your choice, this is it's like the same thing as Bill Gates saying climate change is not as big a deal. Bill Gates says so, and if the world doesn't agree with Bill Gates, then the world is wrong. If CEOs say so, and the world doesn't agree with you, then we're revolting, and we're gonna feel free to all move to Mars. You know what happened before you? People still like farm food, ate, did shit. Like the internet wasn't that. Like your innovations are not that big a deal. Get the fuck over yourself. I like this. I'm gonna give Jamie Dimon a 7.
By the way, this is not even a. I don't even think this is a Mamdani problem in New York City. He's a sort of popular figure. I don't know that he even has half the electorate. The reason why he's maybe going to win today is because the candidate you put up against him was an absolute jerk. It's the former governor, Andrew Cuomo, who resigned because the attorney general found evidence of sexual harassment against at least 11 women. This is the candidate you put up against Mamdani. If you had put up a credible candidate, you probably wouldn't even be having this problem in the first place. So pay attention.
Someone explain to me,
pay attention.
Like the evidence here is Donald Trump just endorsed Cuomo.
I know. So did Elon Musk.
Why are all the hard right?
Why aren't you endorsing the Republican candidate?
Like conservatives endorsing Cuomo, not the GOP candidate, the Republican candidate for mayor.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from this. What did you give this one?
I gave it a 7. I like it.
7's not bad.
I'm going to give Jamie Dimon some props. Every once in a while, he says something.
All right, let's move on.
Saying.
Nearly 70% of the miles of the 10 longest interstates is now within 10 miles of a fast EV charger, even though range anxiety is still stuck in people's heads. But I didn't know that. 70% of the miles within 10 miles. That's good, right? Fast EV charger. Those fast EV chargers are important when you're on a road trip.
So I love it. But the downside here is they're mostly Tesla chargers.
But you can... I'm new to the EV world, and I don't have this yet, but you can get an adapter, right?
Yeah, but do you remember when the government gave Tesla the rights to basically build all the chargers? And then Tesla immediately took the money and fired everybody in the Tesla charger department.
Elon can't afford to pay them, I guess.
And now we're in a situation where, like, the Tesla chargers that are out there are like... what do we do? That's the guy we hung our star on. I do like range anxiety. It should not be a thing. And I know, like, if you live in the middle of the country and it's harder, like longer distances, it is a bit harder. You have to do a little bit of planning. But it takes like 7. Do you remember we used to like have a physical map and have to plan our route from point A to point B?
Yeah.
Right? Remember that?
I used to write out like a big cheat sheet so I could like figure out where to turn and like, right on I-70 and all that.
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah.
You just have to look up where the charger is and drive to that thing before going on to your next destination. It's not that hard. I'm going to give this also a 7.
Oh, you're in a pretty optimistic mood today. Let's move on. Mark Zuckerberg visibly upset when Billie Eilish calls out greed of billionaires. I'm going to give you the quote from Billie Eilish because it's kind of funny and kind of good. She said, "We're in a time right now." He was in the audience. I don't think it was like an award ceremony or something. I don't even know why they were in the same room. I think she was accepting an award and giving a speech. She said, "We're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad and really dark, and people need empathy." I'm surprised his head didn't blow up when she said the word empathy. Yeah. People need empathy and help more than ever, especially in our country. I say if you have money, it would be great to use it for good things. Maybe give it to some people that need it. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties. And he didn't like that.
Sound like she was calling. Like she was.
Well, he is short, and he was in the room. I'm just saying this is
he really? I don't know how tall he is.
This is the reporting that he was upset when Billie Eilish got him upset. Poor Mark, right? I mean, that must have been a hard moment for him.
Yeah.
You don't like this one?
I guess. I mean,
he's a Joe Rogan dude now, so he's tough.
Yeah. I guess this is a 5. I don't know.
You don't
like,
care.
That sounds like a speech. Billie Eilish would have given that speech anywhere, right? Like, I don't know that has anything to do with Zuckerberg.
Well, I want to know why.
I think they're just trying to make it like Zuckerberg's
Why were there billionaires in the
uncomfortable.
room? Why was she giving a speech with billionaires in the room?
Yeah, I don't know what she was at. What was she at?
I don't know, but maybe Billy, I want you to, I love what you said, Billy, but Billy, I want you to like really get with your team and really strategize now. From now on, when you have events where these scumbags, billionaires who are holding all the world's wealth are coming to your events, their ticket should cost like $5 billion. Like make their ticket super expensive and then you can give that money away. So if they want to come if they want to come see a pop star and celebrity and pretend like they're all cool, which they're clearly not, then charge them through the roof. Don't let them show up to events like this.
Yeah, this was at the Wall Street Journal Magazine's 2025 Innovator Awards.
Why is she at that? That seems
the
so
event
like sellout-y.
The event honored, quote, leaders in beauty, entertainment, and fashion.
Well, she's a leader in entertainment.
They were at the MoMA.
Why is he there? And why is she going to such a corporate sellout event?
People who went include like Chris Rock and Ben Stiller and
just people who like money.
I mean, Priscilla Chan was there. I think she got an award. She got a Philanthropy Innovator Award. So that's why
choice.
Mark was there.
Good choice.
Meanwhile, Priscilla Chan, part of the Chan Zuckerberg foundation that denied brown kids money at a school.
Well, they closed.
Up, right?
They closed
the school
outright.
as part of like an anti-reverse
DEI,
DEI thing. Like we're not doing the DEI thing
Billy,
anymore.
I hate to tell you, Billy, but you probably wouldn't be so goddamn rich if you weren't part of a system that you were getting awards at a bank. Sponsored museum in New York City, but whatevs.
It's a little hard to really feel like.
All right, let's move on.
Just a touch.
Maybe your 5 is right. Maybe your 5 is right. Saying please. I think we've covered this in the past, but it popped up again and it made me laugh because I think this is like a fun way to bankrupt OpenAI. Saying please and thank you to ChatGPT costs OpenAI millions. Sam Altman says. I still don't get why. It's extra computing power. Why? So why in the parse? Why can't it see please and thank you as nothing? Why can't it see it as like empty space?
So I'm going to give this a 0.
Oh,
I'm going to give this a 0 for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Decorum is largely dead. When you see people, when you talk to people anymore, we talk like we're in a Twitter feed and
online. Yes, but I still think in normal life people are pretty polite. At least up in Maine, they seem pretty polite.
I think there is a situation in which people are increasingly going to rely on AI for companionship. They're going to sit there and they're going to talk to these machines.
It's already
happening. We're already seeing people commit suicide because AI told them to.
I saw a headline like up to like 1 million people a day are talking about suicidal thoughts on ChatGPT. 1 million people.
Yes. That was their number was 0.07% or 0.7% of conversations, which amounted to 1 million people a day.
That's crazy.
But even Zuckerberg came out and said that people don't have friends, but we will give them friends using AI. Like he has a plan to replace real people with AI friends. Saying please and thank you. Look, I am not a manners guy. I'm not one of those guys who like sits at a dinner table and like knows which fork to fucking use. Like I eat like a cow. I like lean over. I shovel food in my mouth. I don't know manners.
How do you type that into ChatGPT?
But there's a real thing that we should, as humans, have.
You're right. I agree.
Which is a basic level of respect for one another, which includes saying please and thank you. That's what I teach my fucking kids.
I do it.
And ChatGPT's CEO, Sam Altman, is complaining that you are being
him money.
A decent human being because it costs him money.
Yeah.
Is there anything worse than that? That's horrible.
All right, I'm not going to disagree with that one. Mackenzie, speaking of the opposite of Sam Altman, Mackenzie Scott gifts $80 million to Howard University, marking one of the school's largest donations in its 160-year history.
I just like that Mackenzie Scott has figured out how to give all of her money away. Like everybody else is hemming and hawing. Bill Gates is talking about like how to use this $80 billion foundation money to help poverty. Mackenzie Scott's going to have like no money by the time she's dead. Well, I think that's the fucking point.
I think Bill Gates also wants to take credit in anything that if he solves something, he wants his name on it. He wants credit for it. he doesn't want to just give the cash away and have other people solve it. But what are you going to give me
Actually,
a score?
it's like the a bunch of children's hospitals just got a whole bunch of money from another billionaire, and he asked to rename all of the hospitals after him. I'm
serious?
not kidding. This is real. There's press releases on it.
Really?
They're all the hospitals to get like it's like
rich people
$100 million donations. They're big donations, right?
We're way off tangent here, but there's a major donor who just gave this money to a local university in my neighborhood and built this incredible art center. It's really beautiful, but because he doesn't like theater, he doesn't like stage theater. He prefers music and dance only. The theater department is. They're not going to be putting on their performances at the place. They still have to go to their old place just because of this, because what he wants with his money. I mean, it's just, it's absurd. It's also absurd.
So it's Tom Golisano, who made money from Paychecks, which is like, it's like
yeah, I know the name.
HR software.
Yeah,
we've
covered him before.
He's added 6 hospitals that he's supporting, including the one in Connecticut, Penn State, University of Kentucky, University of Maryland. And the request is that he renames them all so that they all fit the Golisano Children's Hospital name. So now there's a Golisano Children's Hospital in Rochester, and Mackenzie Scott doesn't ask for her fucking name to be on the side of every building. That is so man ego dick sizing. I love it. I'm giving her a 10. Mackenzie, come on the show. Can you just talk about like how you manage to not be an asshole with everything that you do? Can we just figure that out?
Speaking of which, here's a weird one. CEO launches 9-month full pay family leave for workers, and he says, "I love being called woke." He's also implementing 4-day work weeks and flexible hours. His name is Aled Nelms. It's a company called Lumen SEO. I looked at the leadership page for Lumen. After Aled, of the 8 leaders listed, 7 of them are women. I don't even know what's going on with this company. It's like it's shockingly woke.
Well, it's in the UK, so
all right.
It's actually 5.
It's actually Wales, but that's part of the UK.
I mean,
you give it a 5? Oh,
yeah.
Right, let's move on. Let's just move on.
Come on, 9-month full pay family leave is like, isn't that normal in Europe? Like it's like what they live a normal life there.
This one just made me laugh in light of all the talk about Tesla and Elon Musk. 7 West CEO Jeff Howard's $1.25 million. It's basically a million. $1.25 million pay package faces shareholder revolt. Right? I mean, it is funny.
What?
And Glass Lewis has come out and said that he's just making too much money. And to be fair to Glass Lewis, which I rarely am these days, and to ISS, they are voting against Elon's pay package. But still, I just think, why are we allowed? In this instance, why are we allowed to just say this is too much damn money? But in Elon Musk's situation, why are we doing all this math about shareholders? Why can't we just come out and say this is ethically ludicrous, go to hell?
Well, this is an Australian company.
Okay, but I'm saying it's still Glass Lewis that is part of the revolt here.
The stock has lost 17% in the last year. You want to know what it went from?
I don't. Yeah, go
17 cents to 14 cents a share. That's what it went from.
He's been CEO for like barely a year. Maybe he hasn't implemented all his changes yet.
At its height, it was trading at 75 cents a share.
Oh, yeah, those were the good days.
Those were the good days back in 2022.
You could take a share, trade it in, and you could get yourself a Pepsi in the vending machine. It was a beautiful day.
So look, I'm just saying it hasn't traded above $1
Did make you laugh,
since
though.
2011.
Come on.
It is all right. I'll give it a 6 just for the comedy of it. But there's a lot.
All right. Speaking of, we talked about the Roadster. We talked about Sam Altman. We talked about Elon Musk. Here's a little bit of a troll. Sam Altman and Elon Musk are still squabbling like middle school children. Sam Altman is trying to get his deposit back for a Tesla Roadster he ordered in 2018. He said, I really was excited for the car, and I understand delays, but 7.5 years has felt like a long time to wait. So this was the promised Roadster, the Roadster 2 that Elon promised. He promised it in 2017 or 18 and said it's going to be the fastest production car ever, and he's been promising it ever since. It still hasn't dropped, and Altman wants to. That one made me laugh too.
Part of it, I'm going to say that I love this, but
what a dopey car CEO. This guy's a CEO of a car company, 8 years.
Can I ask you how nice it would be to have enough money that he put a $45,000 deposit on his car and didn't get it for 7.5 years and is just now trolling the CEO about it? Like, after 7 months, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I need my $45,000 back. Give me the fucking car." But he can afford to wait 7.5 years to use it as a troll, like a man baby. It's also a little sad.
To deepen the story, to make it even funnier, he sent them a Tesla an email about it, and the email bounced back.
I'm going to give this I have a hard time giving a good Tesla. Anything. I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6.
California, this is the year of the one-time, the quote-unquote one-time bonus for CEOs. Like the one-time retention. It's always a one-timer, which we don't, I don't know if there's any truth to that, but they should just say it like it's happening now this time, but it might happen again. But they say one time. Here's the headline: California billionaires face proposed one-time wealth tax. I like this. This is a potential ballot initiative for next year's election in 2026, where the billionaires could face a one-time 5% tax on their net worth.
Wow.
One-time wealth tax. One-time wealth tax. I like this.
I like it because you're right. It is whatever the opposite of a retention bonus is.
Why can't we go the other? Why can't stakeholders be like, okay, well, you got your money, but we can ask. Tax. Yeah, we kind of need that money. People don't have health care. They're not eating. Like our infrastructure's coming. We kind of need that money back now.
It is interesting that they chose to do it with net worth.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of lying about net worth, right?
Net worth, you're talking about like Zuck's worth 50 billion or something, right?
They said there are now 6 people worth over 200 billion. I'm assuming he's one of them.
Let's say he's worth 200 billion.
Which is ironic because to me he's worth about $4,000.
I mean, just Zuck's tax bill alone would be $1 billion.
Yeah, how are they going to deal with this one? They're going to move to Orlando, Florida, or something.
I mean, he already owns a compound in Hawaii, right? Like they just
compound. I think it's several compounds.
Oh, is it? I don't care that much about this. I like the idea. I like the comedy of the opposite of a retention bonus.
One-time.
Yeah, I like that. The one-timeness of it.
Yeah.
Just as a joke. Otherwise, I think it should just exist as a tax. So I'm going to go with a 7.
American obesity rates are now falling, and it's almost certainly because of Ozempic. What do you think about that? You okay with that?
I would love it if that headline was like because of exercise or something.
I'm torn by this one. I know, right? Like we don't know the long-term effects, of course, of taking Ozempic over sound nutrition and exercise, right? I mean, and as someone who works pretty hard to try to eat healthy and to try to exercise and not be obese, I do have some resentment towards people who just pop a pill, and it does seem like cheating. I feel like they should wear a scarlet letter, an O.
They should wear it right around their belly.
Yes,
it should be a big
I
O.
want credit for all the donuts that I say no to, because it makes me. I'm so mad every time I have to turn down a donut.
It makes you morally superior. I got it.
Yeah, but no one knows. But nobody knows. I want people to know I feel morally superior.
Look, the fact is that obesity rates are falling is good. It doesn't really matter how we get there, at least initially. Like, if you could take a pill to reduce climate change's effects and still like pollute,
well, I guess
right?
you probably could. Right?
You would.
Yeah.
You would do that if you could like shove a pill in Mother
Could you
Earth's
give a pill to
face.
Darren Woods that made him stop being himself?
Well, I mean, if you could, you would do that. You wouldn't say like, I'm morally outraged that I have to be a good person and you can't be, and I had to give you a pill.
Could I
Right?
drug
Like,
next time I'm at a dinner party with Exxon CEO Darren Woods, which I think is at the end, sometime at the end of November? Can I slip him some empathy powder in his drink?
where'd you get the empathy powder? Who manufactures
I think
that?
I got it from
we need a lot.
Shein. What's that company? Shein. I don't even know.
Alibaba.
How do you pronounce that? Shein. I don't even know.
I don't care.
What do you think about this one?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Okay,
I mean, you have to.
Well, let's move on then. I'm also asking you this: could this also be the reason that American obesity rates are falling? Here's the headline: there's overwhelming evidence tariffs have raised consumer prices, says Bank of America. Now, first of all, Bank of America has the guts to say anything that Trump could be mad at. I applaud you, Bank of America. But hey, I mean, a lot of us, we barely eat out anymore because of how expensive it is. And I think a lot of Americans are just making their own meals more than ever. And that alone, you'll lose weight by not going out all the time. So could that also be a secret reason people are less obese?
Didn't Trump lash out at like particular economists at Goldman Sachs who said something about tariffs too,
yes.
Right? Like, so there's a guarantee that like whatever analyst actually said this on CNBC, because I'm sure that's where it got said, or in a report, is going to get targeted. I don't think that that's the reason. I mean, actually, the evidence is usually so when prices go up.
Yeah.
You see the price of McDonald's stock increase because it's considered cheap food, cheap fodder. So when the tariffs were announced in April, right? Like my guess would be if inflation takes hold, McDonald's is where people eat if they're not taking Ozempic. I mean, how many people are taking Ozempic? Not everybody can get it. Obamacare just like tripled in cost.
Yeah, I just saw that Costco is now offering like some kind of discounted plan for its members for Ozempic, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I looked at the plan. It's $500 a month.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot.
$6,000 a year.
And just wait until those same companies are like, you know what? It might be cheaper if we just offer health insurance to like our own employees because
and throw a banana in that package too. What do you got to say about that?
I like that somebody said that thing, and but I think it's obvious. I don't think it has anything to do with Ozempic. I'm going to give it a 5.
I added the Ozempic part. It wasn't the headline.
I don't think I needed an economist to tell me this. I think I figured it out because I go to Stop and Shop
finally
twice a week.
Let's end the good game. Why? First of all, why? If anyone knows, why is it Stop and Shop where you are in Hannaford where I am? It's the same company. Why do I?
It is the same company.
I like Stop and Shop. I like that. It's stupid. I like a name like that.
I like
stupid
Hannaford's.
Names. I like stupid names. Stop and Shop. It's so stupid. All right. Let's end on an easy one. Not easy to grade, but just like an easy headline to understand. For the good game, November 4th, 2025, Election Day. Bernie Sanders calls for breakup of OpenAI. Here's the quote. Here's the quote. We need to, this is another one that makes me laugh. We need to take a deep breath and understand it's like a meteor coming. I like that.
Oh, he didn't see Don't Look Up, did he? Nobody looked up at the meteor.
Yeah, I like that one. It's like a meteor coming. Yeah, it's a good one. What do you think about this one?
I think there are other. We didn't break up Meta. We didn't break up Google.
How have we
didn't break up.
I got to ask you,
Amazon.
how are we still allowing Mark Zuckerberg to own WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook? How is that possible?
I mean,
how?
We've made no effort to really break up the things that are incredibly important to break up for social cohesion.
How is that?
What are we going to break OpenAI up into, right? Like how
about into dust?
The problem that we're not addressing is the fact that every single major tech bro is spending billions, if not trillions of dollars on AI.
It's basically, they claim now it's propping up the U.S. economy, no?
Because they're spending it in each other's AI.
Yes.
There was a wonderful chart in the New York Times the other day that just showed like how like NVIDIA and OpenAI and Microsoft, they're basically just handing each other's money. And every time it gets announced, it looks like they're all super invested. It is a bubble waiting to burst because it is insane.
I mean, it does
Everybody's
seem that
hoping to
way.
be a trillionaire first. Yeah. And it's only like 7 dudes who are doing this. It's just like the big banks in 2008.
But OpenAI is clearly in the lead here. I mean, they're clearly.
But the breakup isn't the thing. We didn't say break up the banks then. At the time,
the board tried at OpenAI.
Yeah, the thing to do is regulate it.
Yeah.
Like Bernie.
Well, I'm sure he'd want to do that
fucking
too.
Senator.
Yeah. Well,
Regulate it.
I'm sure he's for that as well. But do you think the rest of that? You think the rest of that Senate listens to Bernie?
No, nobody listens to Bernie except for like
Bernie Bros.
Bernie Bros. Yeah, I love Bernie. I think he's a smart dude.
Well,
and I just wish somebody could regulate something. I'm going to give this a 5. I think it's not.
Well, it's fitting because as the good game always seems to end for the last since June, you've come in at a 6 every week.
6 this week?
6.1, yeah, every week.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
baby.
And it started strong this week, so I don't know where it went wrong, but
well,
I guess that's just your personality.
Big fat 0 in there.
I was talking to your wife last night, and she also called you a 6. So I think that's just who you are. You're a 6.
Yeah, I'm like a Volkswagen. Just nothing.
Okay, that's not the worst, I suppose. It's not the best.
It's like it's not horrible.
But it's
sturdy.
It's not
lasts
great.
a long time.
Yeah,
it's not great. Like nobody goes out and shows off their Volkswagen.
The company's gonna lie to you about something eventually.
Yeah. That's it. That's Hazelnut Rawless or Damian Rawless for his mother.
Damian Rawless, yeah.
I'm your analyst, Matt Muscardi. We are Free Float. That is all for today. We are going to do a proxy countdown this week. We're going to do zombies, and we're going to make up for
that's
Halloween.
That's right.
We got to do that.
Halloween week continues.
We're also going to do a Friday show. We got a lot of stuff in the hopper, so come back later. Until then, good